Be sure to smash that like button, ding that bell, and don't forget to subscribe.
Around that time, he gave up Secret Service protection. Though it is unclear how many of Hunter's foreign escapades Secret Service did attend, as the agency has redacted records about Hunter's travels to countries like Russia, China, and Kazakhstan. Regardless, the international man of mystery forged ahead and found another source for big bucks, thanks to a lucrative energy deal in Ukraine.
The spring of 2014, Hunter Biden strikes up this relationship with Burisma, which is this corrupt Ukrainian energy company that involves Ukrainian government officials and very corrupt oligarchs. They want a relationship in Washington, D.C., and they look to Hunter Biden.
It just so happens the vice president was also overseeing foreign policy in Ukraine.
Joe Biden is kind of the administration's point person. And then within a 1-month period of time, in 2014, Joe Biden meeting with Hunter's business partner, Devon Archer, in the White House, going to Ukraine. Within a week or so, all of a sudden, Devon's on the board, Hunter's on the board.
Burisma, even among a bunch of companies that have reputations for corruption, it really has a reputation for that. So getting these Rosemont Seneca guys on their board was a huge coup for them.
Burisma was quick to tout its new relationship.
Hey guys, there's apparently a photo of Devon and the VP on Burisma's website. Dimitra, VP Counsel, called and asked that we tell Burisma they need to take it down. Legally, they aren't comfortable with the VP's picture being up on the site as what seems like an endorsement.
It was politically risky for the son of a vice president, but the money was good.
Joe Biden knows exactly what's going on. He wants plausible deniability, but he also knows this is a way for his family to become fabulously wealthy.
American studies have shown that you might expect to get about $55,000 to $60,000 a year if you are serving on a board of a company about Burisma's size. By contrast, the Burisma board pay was $80,000 a month.
Having these sort of high-powered meetings and having deals thrust in his lap. So this was the life that he had while his father was vice president, and Joe Biden was assisting at every stage.
Assisting Hunter and Hunter's business partners.
Burisma's owner, a guy called Nikolai Zlochevsky, who was in a lot of trouble internationally. There were various inquiries into the theft of billions of dollars from the Ukrainian treasury. His assets had been frozen. Now, he needed protection, and Hunter Biden was his protection.
In an email on the laptop, a Burisma board advisor asked Hunter to use his influence to stop prosecutions.
We urgently need your advice on how we can use your influence to convey a message, signal, etc. to stop what we consider to be politically motivated action.
Lo and behold, when the chief prosecutor of Ukraine, a man called Viktor Shokin, started to investigate the corruption at Burisma and seized all the property of the owner of Burisma, Zlochevsky, all his mansions, his Rolls-Royce Phantom car, and so on. Shortly after that raid, Joe Biden became really insistent that the government of Ukraine had to sack Viktor Shokin, the chief prosecutor, or he would withhold $1 billion of aid.
Joe Biden would later brag about what he did in classic Biden fashion.
The president said, I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
But at the time, the Obama State Department found the whole episode highly problematic.
We had testimony from the State Department, George Kent. just the appearance of a conflict of interest. And it was a conflict of interest. It was very awkward for U.S. policymakers whose primary goal was to help Ukraine rid itself of the legacy of corruption.
There were many people sounding the alarm about Hunter Biden serving on this board while Joe Biden was the point man on Ukraine corruption. So the idea that Joe Biden would be the one person in Washington, D.C. who didn't know that this was a concern really doesn't stand up to scrutiny.
The money kept pouring in, as the laptop confirms.
In 2014, your taxes reported $847,328 in income, to be amended at $1,247,328. In 2015, your taxes reported $2,487,208 in income.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.